Hi, this is Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet these lighted eyes and lighted body spider. The googly eyes are going to be a part 2. So you have the gem eyes and you have the little bright light up eyes, and then their bellies light up. You can see that. And so let's get started. You're going to need some pipe cleaners. I'm choosing white for this video because it's easier to see. You're going to need a tapestry needle. Let's put this in here. A crochet hook, a size I, a pair of scissors, and then if you choose to purchase little gems for the eyes, they come in different colors. These I have diamond clear colored, or I have orange, and I think I have black. I'm sure they come in other colors. You'll have to check. And then if you want to have lights in the eyes, I purchased these off Amazon, and they're just little round lights, and the back has this little slide insert to go in between the batteries, and I just shut it off. But you can see that they light up. And then I have tea lights, and I have them in 4 different colors. I have green, blue, it's purple, and red. And I'm going to use the purple one, and then I'm going to use the light up eyes. I'm going to show you how to do the light up eyes one. And you're going to need some yarn. I'm going to use purple and pink again. And so I'm going to start with the body. I'm going to start with this colored here part. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with a magic loop. Oops. There's my magic loop. And I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to do 8 half double crochets in the ring. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to continue with the rest of my 8. Okay, so I've completed my 8 half double crochets in the ring, and I'm just going to pull it tight. And I'm going to slip stitch. And I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. There's my slip stitch. Then I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to put a half double crochet in that same stitch. And then I'm going to put 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. So I'll see you at the end of this round. Okay, so I've completed that round, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. And I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to cut my yarn, and I'm going to pull up that loop and make that a knot. So there I have this center done. Okay, so I've completed the circle for the inner part of the body, this color, and then now I'm going to start with a slip knot on my crochet hook, and then I'm going to insert my hook into where I knotted, just so I keep the seam all together, and I'm going to put a single crochet and then a half double crochet in that stitch. And then the next 2 stitches I'm going to put 1 half double crochet. And then in the next stitch I'm going to put 2 half double crochets. And then I'm going to repeat that pattern all the way around. 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 half double crochets in the next stitch, all the way around. Okay, so I've completed the end of that round, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning. And then I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm just going to put 1 half double crochet in that same stitch, and then I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. And then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, and then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to put a half double crochet in that same stitch, and then I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. Oops. Okay, so I've completed that round, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, and then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to put a half double crochet, decrease in the next 2 stitches, and then a half double crochet, and then a half double crochet, decrease, and then a half double crochet. So I'm just going to do a decrease and then a half double crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so now I've completed that round, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, and I'm going to leave the opening so I can insert a light in there. So I'm just going to leave that, and I'm going to cut my working yarn and pull up and make that a knot. And then I have the body, and then now we're going to work on the cover to make it a pocket. See, I have like a little pocket going. So we're just going to start with the top, repeat the top, only for purple. So I start with a magic ring, and I chain 1, and I put 8 half double crochets in there. Okay, so there's my 8, and now I'm going to pull that tight, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. There's my slip stitch. Now I'm going to chain 1, put a half double crochet in that next stitch, and then put 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. Now this round I make it a little bit bigger, so there's 18 stitches around, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to leave a longer working tail so I can weave in around. And so I'm just going to pull up, make that a knot, and I'm going to weave in my ends, and I'm going to show you how I attach this when I weave in my ends. Okay, so my ends are weaved in on the little pocket and the little cover. So I'm going to insert my hook. I have my tapestry needle threaded on with the purple yarn for my tail, and I'm going to take and go in through both loops, and I'm going to find where the knot is, and that's where I'm going to put this so I know where the seam is. And I'm just going to go in down through both the top and the bottom, and I'm going to pull up. So then I'm going to weave in to the next loop right next to it, and I'm going to do that all the way around. So I can do that, but I like to do it this way. And it's kind of like going on the side like that, and then you pull up into the next loop. And then that way you're not, you know where you're at all the time. So I'm just going to weave it in all the way around, going in the next stitch. And I'm going to leave a little opening so I can pull that light out and shut it off or on. So that way it doesn't stay on all the time. I can take it out if I want, whatever the case may be. Okay, so I've completed that, and I have a little pocket, and I can reach in there and get the light in and out. And then, so that's all set. And now I'm just going to knot my work right here, and I'm going to weave in that end. And that side is done. So the body of the spider is done. Okay, we're going to start with the head now of this spider. And I'm going to start with the purple again. And I'm going to make a magic loop. And I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to put 8 half double crochets in there. Three, so I'm going to continue that. So I've completed my 8 half double crochets, and now I'm just going to pull the center tight, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. And then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in that space. I have 1 half double crochet in that chain 1 space, and in the next space I'm going to do 1 half double crochet, and in the next space I'm going to do 2 half double crochets all the way around. So 1 in the next stitch and 2 in the next. So I'll see you when I'm done at this round. Okay, so I've stuck one more stitch where there shouldn't be, but I'm going to do that to make it just a hair bigger. And then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. And then I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to half double crochet in that same stitch. And then half double crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so I've completed that round, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning. And I got my end weaved in the center. I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to do a half double crochet decrease. And then a half double crochet in the next stitch. And then a half double crochet decrease. And then a half double crochet. Repeat that around. Okay, so I've completed that round, and I'm leaving this hole in the center, and I'll show you why in a second. So to complete this round, I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to leave just a little tail, not a real long one, and I'm going to pull up that yarn, make that a tight loop, and then I'm going to take my tapestry needle and go in and out in between the stitches just to make it like a little pocket, like you can open and close. So I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to pull that out a little bit, and I'm going to take those little eyes, these eyes, and I'm going to turn them on so we can see, and I'm going to glue them inside. And it's going to be a tight little hole, so you really have to watch your hot glue. And so I'm just going to place it on the inside and make it so being very careful not to get hot glue all over everything in your fingers. So then you have one eye, and then the next one I'm going to pull out the little tag and turn it on as well. I'm going to hot glue it. So it takes me a second to get the hot glue around. And then I'm going to insert it into there without getting it on everything. And I'm going to push it through. You can see that. So there's my eyes. And I have hot glue strings all over, but that's okay. And I have the hot glue all set, and you might have to pull it apart. You gotta be really careful when you do that. So I'm just going to leave that open a little bit, and I'm going to just give this a little trim. I'm not gonna close this. I'm gonna leave this so it stays open. I have some little glue there, but that's okay. You're not gonna see that. It's on the inside of the bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the little tail and put it in there, and nobody knows, if you keep it tight enough, nobody knows that it's in there. And there's your spider head. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get some purple, and I'm going to cut a length of it and thread my tapestry needle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the eyes on me, so I know that I have a light in here and I have the eyes. I'm going to try to make the back, the opening of the back pouch towards the back part of it. So I'm just going to go in through a couple of these stitches. Let's make it 3. And I'm just going to leave the one end open, and I'm going to make sure the pocket's kind of on the side or the back, and I'm going to go through like 3 or 4 of these stitches here to place the head there. Placement of the head, and I'm just going to kind of give this a little knot here. And you're going to leave a little tail so you can weave it in later. So I have it little knotted, and I'm just going to go back in through the head side and grab a couple more stitches on the head side. Pull up the yarn, and I'm going to grab a couple more stitches on the body side. I'm just going to pull it through and make it tight, and I'm going to do it a little bit higher on the head body. Grab the stitches on the row ahead higher. Oops. And then I'm going to grab few little stitches from the body higher, row higher, to pull it, to give it to some support. And you got to pull it tight so it knows, so nobody knows that it's there. And making sure it's even. Like so. So now I have the head attached to the body. I'm just going to go in one more row. And just to make sure it's tight enough. And then I'm going to weave in my ends, and so the body's almost complete. Okay, so now I take these little pipe cleaners and I cut them to be about 10 inches. So, and what I do is I take it and I go in, I count stitches, 1, 2, and then I go in through this hole here, slide it through 2 stitches, and I make sure it's even. I make sure the little legs are even, and I pinch it at the center here, and then I fold it down about halfway, maybe not quite. And there's 2 of your legs. And then the other side, I do the same thing. I count 1, 2 stitches and I go in. Go in the 2 stitches. Make sure you're even on both sides for the row. And I just pull it through, and I pull it even. And then I pinch it at the body, and then I go up halfway and I fold it down. And then I skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and I go in through the back for the back legs. And I do the same thing. Make sure it's even, pinch it at the body, and then try to make the legs even. And the same thing to the other side. 1, 2. So this is where I go. Be careful not to snag the yarn because there's wires in this. And then I do the same thing, make it straight, pinch it at the base, and then I make sure they're even. So wherever I pinch those, I pinch that. And then you can add a bow, or you can leave her as she is, but I'm going to add a little bow to the spider. Maybe make it on the side. So she's got a little bow. So you have a spider and yeah, add a little bow to her. And so you have little light up spiders for Halloween. Obviously not Halloween colors for this video, but you can make them any colors you want. You decide. You make whatever you want. There's the crystal eyes, and those you just complete the round. You just complete the head the way I did this one. Just close it up, and I stuff it. Put some fiberfill in that, and I just put 2 gem eyes on that one. And then you have the googly-eyed one, googly-eyed spider, and he's got the googly eyes, and he still lights up. You can see. So, and this is a separate video for the googly-eyed spider. So, check out part 2. So, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.